Good morning, everyone. Hello and welcome. I'm hopping on a few minutes early. Today is Wednesday, June 28th, 2023, and I am excited to share a couple of fun fold cards with you. So when you're hopping on, if you can go ahead and, oh goodness, let's see here. Let me know that you are hopping on. And if you're watching on Facebook, welcome. And if you are watching live on YouTube, welcome and thanks for joining me. If you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would love it if you would click the subscribe button and then also click on the bell to get notifications every time I upload a video or I go live. And then on Facebook as well, if you'll be sure to follow me there. I sure appreciate that. Aw, all right. Well, like I said, I am about 6 minutes early, so we will start at about 9:01. So I'll give everyone a little bit of time to hop on, but I figured I would go ahead and hop on here so that I could chat with you guys. It's been a busy week. Actually, last week was a busy week. We got ready for my daughter's baby shower, so that was a little bit wild. We had to head down to Santa Rosa, which is in Sonoma County, which is about a 5-hour drive from here. But it was a beautiful shower, and if you follow me on Facebook, I did share some pictures of our kids' shower. It was just absolutely beautiful. And actually, I'm going to go grab the favor, so I'll be right back. All righty. I'm going to go ahead and just do some busy work, but I am super excited to share with you guys. Hello, Peggy from Texas. Welcome. Aw, thanks for joining today. Oh, goodness. I know I've seen your name a couple of times on some of my comments or on my posts, so I appreciate you being here. How was your weather in Texas today? All righty. Hot. Oh, goodness. Yes. Hot and toasty. I know you guys get pretty hot and humid there. We're supposed to be, I want to say, gosh, high 80s here today. Maybe mid 80s, but we're supposed to hit close to 100 in a couple days, which is toasty for us. Yeah. So what part of Texas are you from, Peggy? Zale near Fort Worth, Texas. Okay. All right. I've been to Fort Worth and I have been to, oh goodness, right outside of Dallas. I can't think of the name of the town. We have some friends that have been there. And I'm excited. I have never been to Houston, and I know we have our next on stage for Stampin' Up. If you're a demonstrator, I'm sure you already know that in Houston. So, but are you a demonstrator or are you just a happy Stampin' Up shopper? I'm excited to, yeah, check out another part of Dallas or of Texas. And I've never been to San Antonio. That's another one on my bucket list to check out. All righty. I'm just going to get a little demo. Oh, good, good, good. So hopefully that'll be awesome. Nice and close for you in Texas to be able to attend on stage. I'm just in a crafter. Okay. Aw. So how long have you been with Stampin' Up? Okay. Just doing a little bit of my stamping before more people hop on. Let's see here. See that we have 4 people on here. So if you are hopping on, I would love it. Oh, good morning, Mama, hopping on too. Good morning, Mama. Thanks for hopping on. On and off for 15 years. All righty. That's awesome. Okay, so we have about 1 more minute and then we are going to go ahead and get started. And I am just making a mess here. All right. Well, I am super excited to share a couple of fun fold cards with you today. As you all know, I've had kind of baby on the brain with getting ready for our second grandbaby to arrive here in August. And we just had a big shower for our kids on Saturday. So it was fun to go down there. They hosted it at their own home, which was wonderful. And we were blessed with great weather other than a little windstorm. Oh, hello from Gavin. My grandson is with us for a couple weeks. So Gavin is here for a couple weeks and he is watching with his Gigi right now. So Gavin, thanks for watching Mimi. I can't wait to hear how you critique me when I'm done, sweetheart. I'm sure it'll happen. Aww. All righty. Well, it is 9:01, so let's go ahead and officially get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Stampin' with Kim. My name is Kim Myers, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I have been with Stampin' Up! Since March of 1995, so I've been a demonstrator for a little over 28 years, and I absolutely love what I do. And I hope you love the projects that I do, and I hope that you will follow me on Facebook and on YouTube. So I greatly appreciate all the interaction that you guys are doing with me. So it makes it fun for me to hop on there and talk to people instead of just being here stamping by myself. So, all righty. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I had shared last week, we're going to be using a couple of products. So the first bundle that we're going to be using is called Little Dreamers. And so this is a fun stamp set. I just absolutely love it. I love it that I get to color with my blends, and I just love all of these little sweet dies that come with it. So, and then we're also going to be using Rays of Light, the Radiating Stitches, which I have shared before, my favorite embossing folders, which this is from the Basics, which there's the 3 different ones. These are online exclusives only. And this is just the polka dot. And then I'm also using the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. I was trying to also work with the 2 inch and the 1 3/4 for another project, but I will share that another time. But if you do need circle punches, the 2 inch and the 1 3/4 are found also on our online exclusives. All right, so let me go ahead and move all these things aside. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and do a smidge of basic stamping. So what I'm going to do, goodness, hold on one moment as I drop everything here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in a piece of scratch paper. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to stamp all my images first. So we're going to bring in the Memento ink pad. And I'm going to stamp up this cute little lion. All right, so let's go ahead and stamp him. And then I'm going to stamp a couple of the stars. All right. And then I'm going to bring in my little cleanup pad here, a little chamois, and I'm going to clean this up, and I'm going to switch it to the other image, which is going to be our little calf, which I think is just absolutely precious. So I don't know if you saw, a couple weeks ago, we had the pleasure of attending a branding with our dear friends that we've met here. We've only been here for about 1.5 years, or not quite 1.5 years, and our friends had invited us to their branding, which was a big to-do. So seeing this little calf just makes my heart smile. The little calves are so dang cute. How they just frolic around, and oh my gosh, just love this time of year when they're all back here up in the valley. Because during the winter they take them down because it gets way too cold, and this winter was a brutal one. So, all right, so we have our little images. Now we're going to do just a little bit of coloring. So I'm going to bring in my blends. My fumble fingers all the way today. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and we are going to take our dark lemon lolly. And with this, I am going to just color in the stars. I apologize. I love that you guys leave comments for me. The little banners down in the corner that say Stampin' with Kim, I tried to remove those and I am unable to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just try to be more mindful about keeping it on screen so you can see what I'm doing. But I so appreciate you guys letting me know that that was in the way last week. So I am, yeah, not going to put the host code up there, but if you need the host code, it is part of the link if you need to do some online shopping. And when you use the host code, I will send you some happy mail. So, and I love to send card kits, and as you guys know, I love to do lots of layering and heavily embellish my cards. So, all right, so we have the dark lemon lolly for the star, and then I'm actually going to do the same for this one here. And with this, I'm just doing basic coloring. I'm just going to use the one color, but with the blends, we can use multiple colors to get it, but I am just going to kind of throw some color on here today. And these blends are my favorite thing to use. I absolutely love these. All right, so we're going to do that. And then what we're going to do is we are going to take light crumb cake, and I'm going to take this little nubby end, and I'm just going to color his tummy. Do you guys like the blends? I've been using the blends a whole lot more than I ever thought I would, because I used to, you know, when I first started a million years ago, we would just use like the Marvy markers, the brush markers, and color everything. But oh my gosh, I so love these blends. But I have actually been coloring on my stamps a lot too with just our regular markers. Love the blends. Yes, I'm glad that, yeah. Alrighty, so let's just do some quick coloring. Do you guys have this bundle, the Little Dreamers bundle? Anybody? Yes, for sure, Mama. All right, then let's take dark crumb cake. So like I said, we're just doing simple Stampin' here, or simple coloring. I color in his little body. You guys, I feel like I'm so rummy today. My husband had to get up and had to be out of the house. His alarm went off at about 4:30 this morning, and he headed back to Santa Rosa, of course, for another turnaround trip. He had a funeral this morning that he had to be at 11 o'clock this morning, and then another appointment in town. So he's doing a turnaround trip, which just makes for a long day. But of course, I woke up when he left too, so I just feel like I'm a little bit groggy today. But that's okay. I'm happy to be on here and sharing. All right. So we're almost done coloring this. And this is fun. I mean, you can color this in all kinds of colors. You can make it really whimsical and color it in, you know, blues and, you know, pinks or whatever you choose to do. If you wanted to make it more little girlish. But I'm going to make a little boy card, being that I have a grandson. That was my whole reason behind getting this. And then I actually do have a couple other dear friends that are having grandbabies as well. Oh, good morning, Patty. Welcome, welcome. Gosh, it was so nice to see you at the baby shower this weekend, and Audrey too. All right, so there's our basic coloring with that. And then let's go ahead and let me get my little cheat sheet here for this other one. So for our little cow here, I'm going to squish this up just a little. So with this, I am going to just color his little spot here with the light crumb cake. And then let's also color his face. So I am so excited that we have a bunch of family coming up this weekend for the 4th of July. Do you guys have any exciting plans for the 4th? Oops, and actually I forgot his tail as well. Our kids are all coming up, which will be wonderful. And our daughter and Katie and Jim are bringing their ski boat, which will be a lot of fun. I'm super excited for that. And then we have a fun place which we go rafting, which is called Hat Creek. And it's about maybe a 10-minute drive from us, and it's so much fun. So everybody that's coming up looks forward to that every year. Okay, then I'm coloring his little hooves with the dark crumb cake. And I forgot to say, for his cute little nose, I went ahead and used light petal pink. Okay, so that is all of our basic stamping that we're going to do. So then what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and just kind of cut these out, and I'm going to run them through the machine real quick. So let me go ahead and do this. So I'll be, let's see, I'm going to bring in the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I will be one of these days bringing it in on camera. I have a cool little stand which I've used over the past couple of years at our old house up in Sea Ranch. I had used a cool little stand that I had gotten at the Container Store. However, right now it's filled with sewing machines and other stuff. So until our house is built and the craft room is ready, it's kind of serves another purpose for the moment. Hello, Patty. All righty. So then what we're going to do, let's go ahead and bring in our dies. So I'm going to bring in our platform. So when you're using the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, oops, I'm frozen up. Okay, we're going to use the platform, which is number 1. You're going to bring in the number 2 plate. You're going to bring in a cutting plate. And then what we're going to do is we are going to lay our images down. And I can only do one set of stars at a time. But we will go ahead and cut out this sweet little lion. And you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, excuse my little reach here, I'm going to grab a little bit of Post-it tape just to keep them in place so that I don't have to cut them again. All right, let's see here. It's kind of hard when it's, all right, so we're just going to add that like that. Let's do another little piece here for our little calf. All right, and then let's do the stars. And then I forgot one other little thing. We're also going to be using the sweet little moon that's part of this set. All right, so we're just going to kind of figure out how to line this little guy up here. And of course, 3rd time's a charm, flipping it around here. All right, so we have that. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a scrap of, let's see, boho blue. So let's grab a scrap of boho blue and let's add that to our little crescent moon. And then we're also going to add, just kind of, let's add one of the larger clouds here. Okay, I love the clouds on this because it has a little stitching to it. All right, so we are good to go with those. So I'll be right back. I'm going to run this through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I'll be right back. All righty. I'm getting my workout with this machine. Oh, goodness. All right. So let's go ahead and, so here's our cute little crescent moon. Oops. Technical way of getting this out when that doesn't work. Let's grab a pokey tool here. So again, like I said, these little guys here, whoops, where am I at? Have just the little stitching around them. And the moon does as well. So it just adds, a lot to it. All right, so let's get rid of those ones. And let's get our little stars. Oops, again, let's bring in our little picky tool again. All right. Got one more that decided to get stuck in there. All right. Then I'm just going to go ahead and tape it back down here. All right, and then our sweet little calf and our cute little lion. All right. Let's put these back on there. That would be sad if I lost these, so I'm just going to kind of tape them down and tuck them away for the moment. All right, so then what we're going to do is we are going to start assembling our card. All right, so what we're going to do is, let's see here, we're going to work with a fun fold, one that I don't believe I've ever shown you this fun fold before. However, if you have swapped with me, I did create a similar card for a card swap a couple months ago when the new catalog went live. So what you're going to need for this card is you're going to need a base, which is 5.5 by 8.5, and this is boho blue. And then for layer number 1, you're going to want a piece of lemon lolly, which is 4.25 by 5.5. And then you're going to want a piece of basic white, which measures 5.25 by 8. And then you're going to score it at the 2-inch mark and at the 4-inch mark. Oh, hello, Amber Murray. Welcome. What are the numbered plates? Oh, they are for the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, Patty. So with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, everything is numbered, so it just takes the guesswork out of it. And what I love about our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine versus the Big Shot is that it's a smidge wider. So when you're putting, the embossing folders, that are the 6x6, or it's just a little bit wider, so you don't catch the edges. I really like it, and it's much smoother, I think. All right, so these are the pieces that we need. And then we're also going to use the 2 3/8 inch circle punch. And then I have a couple other little goodies. So let me go ahead and share with you my card. So this here is what it looks like. So what I went ahead and did is I'm going to use the radiating, is it radiating? No, not radiating, rays of light to create this top panel. So let's go ahead and do that. So what I do is we are going to bring in our rays of light, and I just keep it here in my little case. We do have the big block, but you know what? Sometimes, I don't know, it's just as easy for me to keep it in here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and just ink it up. And I kind of just moved it over so that it's, not near the edges, but so get a good layering of ink here. All right, so then what we're going to do is we are going to bring in our Lemon Lolly cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and position it like so, and then I'm going to bring in a piece of scratch paper. So I'm going to just set it down, and then I'm just going to rub it to transfer it. All right, so then we have our little rays of light. All right, and then I will take that out and clean it, but for now we're good. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I am going to attach it here to the front of my cardstock. But what I'm just going to add just a smidge of adhesive to begin with. So I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal, and I am just going to just put a smidge right here. I just want to hold it in place. Excuse me. So then I'm going to place it on the front of my card here. And then I am going to grab my circle dies. One moment. Let me grab this, which is Stylish Shapes. All right, so we are going to grab Stylish Shapes here. Forgot that we were using this one. And let's see which number it is. I believe it is. So the second to the largest circle die is the one that we're going to use. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to, let's make sure that gets attached back down. I am going to go ahead and position it on the face of my card. And then again, I'm going to bring in some of my Post-it note tape so that it stays where I want it. All right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up, and I am going to run it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So let me do that real quick, and I'll be right back. I see a lot of you guys have commented. I had a little this or that the other day of Stylish Shapes first did Nested Essentials, and it looked like it was kind of, I think Stylish Shapes won. So, all right, so we have this on the face of our card. So let's go ahead and peel these off. I'm going to tuck that one away. And then what I like to do with the Post-it note tape is I do like to also tape it to my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we are going to start assembling our card. So let's go ahead and pull that apart. I'm going to pop out this part, and then let's go ahead and add dimensionals to this. Those of you that have stamped with me, my motto is when in doubt, pop it out. So let's go ahead and give it some pop. All right, and I'm just going to put one right underneath here. We'll get rid of these here. Oops, sorry, I'm off camera again. Yeah, Mama, the wide one is nice. Oh, Peggy, I'm glad you like the card. All right, so let's go ahead and position it so that it's just right like so. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we are going to take this part of our card. But let's first do some stamping on this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, actually let's kind of push it back up, and I'm going to make a little cheat sheet or a little cheat mark here. So what I want to do is I'm going to bring in my pencil here, and I'm just going to make a little line right here so that I know where my image needs to be. I want it to be on the outside of my circle so that I can see it. And what we're going to do is we are going to use our sentiment that says a star is born. So we're going to use our Stampin' Write markers. So I'm going to go ahead and just position it on my block. And then I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Write marker, and I'm going to use the brush tip. And with this, I'm going to bring in my fancy dancy Scotch tape, just because I'm not going to catch any edges. You could also do this with your Stampin' pad, but I'm going to just do it with this, just so I'm a little bit more precise. All right, so we're going to use just the star is born part, or actually just, no wait, I want a star, I want is born. Whoops, we're going to do the reverse, guys. Sorry, a star, so I want is born. Don't mind me. I had this all ready to go for you guys last week, and then like I said, I had a squirrel moment when it came time to sharing this. I decided to go with my cute little feminine version cards that I made last week. All right, so let's go ahead and ink it up with our marker. So again, we're just going to use the paintbrush tip. I wish my friend Deanne was on here. I have a story to tell. So when I started with Stampin' Up! 28 years ago, I had a fabulous group of ladies. It was one of my first group of demos. In fact, Deanne was my first demonstrator that I had signed when I had signed up. And like I had said, back then we used the Marvy markers. And so I told them, yes, if you color on the markers and then make sure to, breathe on it and huff on it with your breath, that it will help to, reactivate and re-moisten the ink. Well, they thought I said huff on it with your breasts. I don't know what. And so they're sitting there shaking themselves over. It was pretty funny. One of my haha moments was Stampin' Up! It was like, oh my word. I was so embarrassed, and I think I was, quite red. All right, so I'm going to go ahead then. So we have our little mark here. I'm going to go ahead and stamp is born just right on the outside like so. So we have that. Then I'm going to take my eraser, and I'm going to erase my little mark here. And then let's do our assembly. So what we're going to do is we are going to take this and we are going to attach it to the main part of our card. So we want the flap on the outside. I'm going to bring in my trusty glue here. All right. Whoops. And let's turn it sideways here to get it straight. All right. So we have that. So then what we're going to do is we are going to take our little sunburst here that we already cut out and the 2 3/8 inch circle punch, and we're going to go ahead and layer those together. So I'm going to take my dimensionals. I'm just going to do 3 dimensionals. Let's layer those on. Okay, then what we're going to do is we are going to take a few more dimensionals. So your opening here where you have your cardstock that is scored, we're going to go ahead and place 3 dimensionals on this half of the opening. So go ahead and place those down. And then we're going to take our circle and we are going to just tuck it right in the hole there. Just press down gently. So then we're going to have our card that opens up like so. It's like a swing fold there. All right, so let's go ahead and finish embellishing this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, I did a little Stampin' ahead of time. We have our little A star, which is part of the sayings that we just used. This one here is a star is born. So I just omitted the last 2 words. And we're going to go ahead and add that first. All right. So we're going to add that about like so. And then let's go ahead and take our little moon And I'm going to attach this down with a glue dot, which is missing in action on my desk. Oh, goodness. All right. So let's go ahead and attach our little crescent moon. So we're just going to tuck that like so. Just be mindful that it's going to need to open. So we have that, and then let's take our little star, and I'm going to attach this with a small dimensional. So let's grab one of those little guys. Oops. All right, so we're going to just choose this one here, and this will just fit perfectly on the back. And then let's just add that right like so. Okay, and then let's take another one, and let's add one more little star on the flip part of our card. Whoops. But actually, you know what? I'm going to place our cow first. So let's go ahead and put a couple dimensionals on our sweet little calf. And then we're just going to line that up like so. Whoops, actually, my little saying is a little crooked, so let's give them a little twist there. All right, then we're going to put another star right there. And then I'm going to grab one more of our star trio that we had cut out. And I'm going to position this one just on the outside of where it opens. So that's what we have so far. And then we're just going to do a little bit of embellishing. So I'm going to bring in our boho blue textured ribbon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a glue dot, and I am going to position it about a little over an inch. Then I'm going to fold it over so that I have that. And then I'm going to bring in my ribbon. Oh, goodness, guys, I almost dumped it here. I'm going to bring in my ribbon scissors. Hello, good morning, Miss Karen. How are ya? Welcome, welcome. Hope you had fun at your family reunion. We sure missed you at the baby shower this weekend. Aww. All right, so we have our little bit of ribbon here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some of our baker's twine. And actually, you know what? I want to show you guys another cool technique. And I know if you've stamped with me before, you have seen this. But I'm going to bring in my fancy hair pick. And what we're going to do is we're going to create, I think I'm going to create a triple bow. So what you do, let's make sure that I'm on camera here, is I am going to just line up the edge of my baker's twine here with the end. And I'm going to come in about maybe 2 notches. And I am going to wrap it around 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we have it like so. So it's wrapped around twice. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my scissors and I'm going to snip off the edge. Let's get rid of all of this. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to take your ribbon or the end, and you're going to slide it through the center of, so I kind of counted 4 notches over, so right in the center. And then you're going to take both ends. So you're going to take both ends, and I'm going to have to set it down for a second. And you're just going to pull tight on both ends, and then just tie it in a knot. And then just pull really tight. Oh, goodness. Oh, sorry. Oh, mosquito. Sorry, guys. Oh, it's trying to eat me alive. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, and then we have, oh my goodness, you guys, it's going to be eating me while I do this. We have got so many mosquitoes here. All right, so then we have just a sweet little bow, and this is like, I think, a 3-pack at Walmart for like maybe $1.97. So you don't need any fancy bow makers, and you can do bows of all different sizes. All right, so we have our sweet little bow. So then what we're going to do is we are going to take a glue dot, and let's attach this down. So I'm just going to take glue dot here, and I'm just going to add it to the top of my card. And then, and actually, you know what, guys, I think this needs a haircut. I think it's a little longer than I wanted, so we're going to give it another haircut. So, whoops, and that got tucked down in there. So let's cut it just a smidge shorter. Whoops, and it's stuck in my card here. All right, and then let's go ahead and attach our sweet little bow. I think just having double and triple bows, it just adds a lot to a project. All right, so we have that, and then we're going to do one more little bit of embellishing. We are going to take our rhinestones, which let me grab them from over here, and we're going to take your pick tool, and let's just add one of the larger ones. So we're just going to add it right here. And then this is what you have. So you have a star is born. So just a super sweet one. Aw. Oh, goodness. All right. Well, let's do a 2-second tidy. Do you guys like that card? Have you done that fold before? I'd love to hear it in the comments. And what do you think about my bow trick? Pretty easy peasy. And it definitely, like I said, just adds so much to your card. All right. Set this back down for a second. Bear with me when I do my 10-second tidy. And then we will get on to another fun fold, which I think is just super cute. So it is, it's one that I saw somebody had done one, had created a card that danced. It was a dancing gnome, but I couldn't figure out how to get it to dance because my little image that I am using didn't have a part. I don't know. Anyhow, I had to do some work and I finally figured it out after many trial and errors, but I hope that you like this next card. It is, I think, too stinking cute. So, all right, so 10-second tidy here. Get rid of all this. All right. All right, so for this next card, let's go ahead and bring in our little kit component here. And I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of it. Oh, but you know what? Actually, I wanted to show you the other card that I made. So I know Karen Brown, who just hopped on here, she has circle sayings. You just ordered this. So Karen, here is a fun card that you can create with the circle sayings, which this was my inspiration. And again, I had created this a few months ago for a card swap. So just sending you a warm hello. So it was the same thing, but I thought, okay, the stars and the, not the sun and the moon, but you know what? I just thought that added just a nice bit of a burst to my card. So that's what we have. So let's tuck those aside. So then this next one is a fun one. And I'm just going to show you the front first. So this one here is our sweet little baby card. And I don't want to go too crazy with it because I don't want it to mess with the camera. But my little guy here just swings back and forth. So let me show you how to make this card. So we're just going to tuck that right there for the moment. So let's bring in our card kit. So for this card, you're going to need, and actually, you know what? I guess I should show you the inside too. So the inside is cool. So this is a pop-up gift card. So it says Little Baby Big Love. And you know what? Mine I did a little tight, so I kind of have to shimmy it back down a little. And actually, if I would have used basic or thick cardstock, it would have gone back down a little bit easier. So that would be my tip to you, but I can't find it right now. So it's packed in a box. So that's a fun one. So let me share with you how to make that. So what you're going to do for the main base of your card is you are going to want a piece of cardstock that measures 4 1/4 by 11, and you're going to score that at 5 1/2. And then for layer number 1, it's a piece of cardstock, which is crumb cake, that is 4 by 5 1/4. And then for layer number 2, it's a piece of our designer series paper, which is the 2023-25 in colors. Patty, you know what? I don't, but I will see what I can do to make up a tutorial. And this will be, one of the card kits that I will be working on. So, all right. So this is a 2023-25 in color designer series paper. And then for layer number 3, we are going to take a piece of cardstock, or you're going to take a piece of cardstock that measures, actually that would be the vellum, 3 1/2 by 5. For layer number 4, if you were going to create this card, you would cut your paper 2 3/4 by 4 1/4 to cut out the radiating stitch. And then for the inside of our card to create the Fun Fold gift card, you're going to want 3 1/2 by 7, and you're going to score it at 2 and at 6 1/2. And then for the inside of the card, I also did a piece of designer series paper that measures 2 by 4, and then 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. So that's what we need to get started. So let's go ahead then and get assembling here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take this little bit here, and I am going to go ahead and emboss it with the basic 3D. I absolutely love the soft baby blankets. This just reminded me of, this just super soft, cozy baby blankets that have these little nubby dots on them. I can't think of what it's called, but I actually have one on my bed that's my heat or my weighted blanket, and it has that soft, just super soft material. So this is what, I don't know, it just reminded me of a sweet little baby. So I'm going to go ahead and emboss this real quick. So when you emboss with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, I'm going to grab my plates and share with you how to do it. So with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you're going to grab the platform. You're going to place your embossing folder on top of the platform, and then plate number 4, and then send that through. So let me do that real quick. All right. Yes, Binky fabric. That is, it's just, oh my gosh, Peggy, that's it. It's just so, soft and cozy. Okay, so we have that. Do you guys have these embossing folders yet? Like I said, you can get them in my online store, online exclusive only. And it comes in the 3-pack. And this is just a really heavy embossed dot. And it has the 2 other fun patterns. So they're still available. Do the plates fit the Big Shot? Yes, they do, Patty. They will fit the Big Shot machine. Yep. All righty, so let's go ahead and get assembling. So what we're going to do is we are going to take our little textured piece, and we're going to find our glue, which is buried, and we're going to attach that down. Being that it has so many little nubbies, I'm going to add a little bit more glue than I usually would. All right, so let's go ahead and just apply that. Lift it up, make sure we're getting it straight there. Add a little bit of pressure. All right, so then let's take our designer series paper and let's stamp this down. Let's adhere this down. Okay, so let's get that lined up like so. Again, we're going to kind of have to press that down with the texture on it. Okay, so then let's go ahead and attach our vellum. Can you guys tell I'm on a vellum kick right now? I absolutely love the vellum. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I am going to go ahead and attach this little piece here down first, because that way I know the positioning of my glue or of my dimensionals on the back side of the vellum, because you want to make sure that it's not going to be seen. So we're going to go ahead and just do 6 of these little guys on here. Might be a little overkill. I probably could have done 5, but you know. Let's get rid of that, and then I'm going to stand up for a second and center that. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to sorry guys, bear with me. That's my husband calling to say I'm sure he's made it safely or getting close. Oh goodness. Sorry guys. All righty. So let's go ahead and just position our dimensionals right over the top. Oh, good morning, Rhonda. Good morning, Nancy. Love the blanket idea. Oh, good. Yes, I thought it was just perfect. This just, yeah, screams baby to me. All right, so let's go ahead and bring our card back in, and we are going to just position it on top. All right, then what we're going to do is we are going to bring in our little clouds. Oh, and you know what, guys? I forgot to cut a little cloud. So we are going to cut one more cloud. So let me bring in another piece of paper, my awesome cutting technique here with ripping paper. So let's bring in our, let's see, let's find this little guy. And it is, oh, right there. All right, it's looks like a sombrero to me, doesn't it? Upside down. I'm like, where is it? All right, so let's go ahead and cut that out. And then we're also going to cut out a couple more stars. So let's bring in our platform again. Oops, and that's the wrong plate. And let me grab the cutting plates. Okay, so again, platform number 1, platform number 2, heading plates. And then we're going to bring in our stars, which let's line those up again. So do you guys have any exciting plans for 4th of July? What are you guys up to? Hopefully something fun. It's always a fun time with us around here with family. We have lots of family that love to come visit, which is wonderful. Okay, guys, I'm going to run these through. Bear with me real quick. I am looking forward to everybody coming. However, I'm not looking forward to bathing suit time, but that's okay. It'll still be fun. I got to find my bathing suit. I'm actually taking my grandson to a water park tomorrow. And I'm like, oh goodness, it's going to be about 104 tomorrow. And my pasty white skin is going to be covered in sunscreen. And yeah, but I'm excited. I'm excited to float on the lazy river and just watch him enjoy time with his sweet friend Emma, who is here for just a week. Their family has a house down the street from ours. And so these guys have been buddies since they were born, and every summer they get an opportunity to play with each other just a couple times. So it's pretty special. And last year we went to the water park, and we're going to do it again this year. So pretty special for them. All right, so let's go ahead, and I went ahead and stamped ahead of time this little one saying, which is from this stamp set, or this sentiment. Congratulations on your new little one. I went ahead and just inked it up with my marker, just as I did with that last one. So I'm going to go ahead and peel this off of here. And then let's go ahead and attach that with a couple dimensionals. All right, so we have a couple dimensionals here. And then let's see, I'm going to kind of bring over my little cheat sheet here to see. So we're going to do that one, and we're going to do this bigger one too. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of these. And I'm going to have this one just gently kind of overlap like so. And then we are going to bring in, oh my gosh, guys, I am the absent-minded professor today. I'm going to end up destroying one of my other cards. One moment, I'm going to just pull them up. I was trying to create something else. I'm going to pull it off. This was another, I was working on a 3D project. However, with my grandbaby here, I didn't get to it. But I'm going to go ahead and borrow this moon and star off of this one. So let's go ahead and tear this apart. Those of you that know me, I like to rip things apart. So let's see here. Let's borrow that so I don't have to bore you to death with cutting something else. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and just attach this underneath. And then I think we're ready to go ahead and attach it to our project. So I'm going to add just one more dimensional here, just to make sure I have it on there good. Oh, excuse me, guys. All right, so we have that. So that's what we've got so far. Then what we're going to do, remember this sweet little guy that we had colored at the beginning? We are going to go ahead and take a little punch, which is this little guy here, which is a 1/4-inch circle punch. And it's not current, but you know what? Sometimes you just got to use product that's not current. If you had a crocodile, that might work too, but it needs to be a 1/4 inch. So I went ahead and punched that out. Then what we're going to do is we are going to take a couple of small dimensionals, and I'm going to just stack them on top of each other. You need to get them perfectly lined up. Then what you're going to do is you're going to feed this over the top. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our larger stars that we've already colored, and but before we do that, we need to embellish. So let's bring in some of our silver cord, and I am going to make just a single bow with this one. This stuff is a little bit harder to work with, and when I was trying to do my double and triple bows, it all kind of came apart, and I just didn't want it too thick as well. Whoops, sorry guys, trying to tie this bow, it's being difficult, especially with my claws here today. All right, so let's go ahead and shimmy this, make it, train it how I want it to go. And let's go ahead and give it a little haircut. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we are going to add this right over the top where our little dimensional is. Then we're going to go ahead and take a glue dot. Oh my gosh, guys, my desk is a disaster. Oh, there it is. It's where it belongs. Holding a barbecue Saturday. Oh, fun. And going to Carlsbad. Oh, nice, guys. Glad you're going to have a fun weekend or fun 4th. All right, so I'm going to then go ahead and take my star and I'm going to place it over the top. And then let's go ahead and do a little bit more embellishing with this. So let's bring in a couple more stars. And actually, I'm going to rip off this star that I had borrowed from my other project because I don't really want it there. And let's bring in some of our rhinestones. Oh my gosh, really, you guys? I can like make a disaster in like 3.5 seconds here. Did I put them back? Oh, I put them back again. Okay. All righty. Those of you, Karen and Patty, and you guys would be very proud of me. My Stampin' space has been very organized. So it's kind of nice when you have such a tiny spot. Let's just pray that when my studio is done that it's going to be as tidy. It will be because yep. I cannot wait for my studio. My new studio is like, I want to say 16 or 17 feet by like 25 feet. So it's going to be quite the studio. And I am just so excited to have all you guys come stamp with me. It is going to be such a blessing. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to apply one of these guys down here. And then I'm going to apply another one right like so. Okay, so let's pick these little guys up. And I'm going to have to tilt it so that I can make sure I get it on there. And the same with this little guy. Okay, so it's coming together. So then let's add a couple more of the little rhinestones. All right, so we have the face of our card done. So, oops, come on, guy. Don't make a, see? Okay, guys, I don't want to make you dizzy, but you can tell it swings. So it's super cute. So it just, yeah. It's just, I think it's adorable. I had so much fun designing this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and then work on the inside. So for the inside of our card, what we're going to do is we are going to take the piece of paper that is 3.5 by 7, and we're going to bring in our paper trimmer, and we're going to score it at 2 by 6, 2 and at 6.5. Oh, thanks, Mama. I'm glad you like the card. Okay, so we're going to do it at 2 inches, and we're going to score it at 6.5 inches. All righty, so that's it. Pretty simple for that. Okay, so then let's go ahead and bring in our bone folder. And we're going to go ahead and just make sure to create some nice crisp edges. All right, actually, and it really doesn't matter because that part's going to get tucked in. Okay, so then what we're going to do, that's ready for our gift card insert. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just glue these two pieces together. Oh, can you guys hear the airplane out there? We've had the little crop dusters going. My alarm went off at 6:55 this morning. Like I said, I was kind of awake and groggy after my husband left, but I had to get out of bed. And of course, as soon as I got up to go get my phone, the crop duster started at like 6:56 this morning, and it was buzzing the house. So luckily it only buzzed the house a couple times, but literally it's crazy. It just sounds like you're being bombed. All right, so let's go ahead and take some tear and tape. And what you're going to do is you're just going to run a little bit of tear and tape on each edge. You guys have to stay tuned for my cute little girl card that I made using this set. It is just precious. It's my, like I said, my inspiration for last week that got me on my other tangent creating last week's lives. Okay, so we've peeled off the backing on both of those. And then let's bring in our card. And so what you're going to do is you're just going to line this up just along the bottom edge of your card. And then you're going to take your pop-up gift card holder part and you're going to tuck it down in so that it's even with your boho blue cardstock. And then what you're going to do is you are going to take some more tear and tape and you are going to just add a strip right here. Oh, but you know what? We forgot something. We forgot to stamp our card. So let's go ahead. I forgot I wanted to add an image. So that says little one. I'm going to do congrats on your little one instead. So let's see. Let's change this one up. So I'm going to bring in my boho blue. Okay, so let's just add our little saying before we attach it down. Let's ink this up. Again, I got to stand up, get it centered. Sorry, I'm going off camera a little. I'd hate to have to tear this apart or add to it. Okay, so we have our little saying. Close that up before I make a huge disaster. All right, so that's going to get tucked up. Let's bring back in the main part of our card. And again, we're going to just feed it into the little piece of cardstock that's holding it and creating the flap. So let's run our little piece of tear and tape. And I created a mini one of these too, a mini gift card holder that's like about half this size. So if you go back through my Facebook Lives, I think it was maybe, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago, I did a Christmas one with it. So, all right. So then what you're going to do is you are just going to hold it in place and lightly fold it over, or gently fold it over. And then you have your little pop-up card. And like I said, guys, you really want to use thick cardstock because it works a whole lot better. But there is your little swinging lion card. So let's do a 2-second tidy here. And then I want to share with you also my little girl version that I made. Not with this product, or not with this one, but using similar products from last week. So we have those two are the ones that we've demoed today. So again, we have our little swinging card. So we have two different swinging cards. So your little swinging lion here, and then we have our little swinging pop-out little calf. And then this one here is, oh gosh, where did it go? Oops, it's right here. Okay, put it in my little box here. So then I used the same paper from last week. So this says Little Baby Big Love. And then I made a similar box, which says congratulations, which I just omitted, the on your new little one for this sweet little box. So these are just a fun few projects that you can make with the Little Dreamer stamp set. So I hope that you have enjoyed them. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I appreciate you guys joining me today. Oh, so creative. Oh, thank you, Peggy. I love designing. That is one of my favorite things to do. I just absolutely love designing, and just, yeah, now that I have a designated space, it's so much fun to come out here and just play. So super excited to share with you guys again. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to go live on Wednesday. I have, like I said, a whole bunch of family coming in on Friday, starting Friday night. And I don't believe that they're leaving until Wednesday morning. So I'm going to want as much time with my family as possible. So I think I'm going to take next week off, and I will definitely join you the following week. But I do hope that I can hop on and share with you some other things. Oh, one other thing I did want to share with you. So these were the baby shower favors that I had made for my daughter's shower. So she had a lemon theme, a sweet little one is on the way. And so these are the little favors that we had made. My mom, which is I call her my sous stamper. She is my sous chef in the kitchen and my sous stamper in my studio. So she is just, yeah, my awesome little helper. So her and I made about 34 of these and just had a blast. And this is with the layering leaves, which is a really fun stamp set. So new in the catalog. And then of course the little adhesive back sequins. So, and then these are just the Hershey nuggets that are covered. So we had a lot of fun making those, and I hope everybody enjoyed those. So, well, thank you guys for joining. Again, if you have any questions, I appreciate you guys sharing and commenting and following me on Facebook and on YouTube. And I look forward to sharing with you guys again soon. Have a wonderful week, and I hope to be back, like I said, the second week of July. So enjoy, and thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.